So I'd like to take some time and get to know who you are and make sure we make some notes in your file and also reflect so that when people come in the room when we're setting up, they know exactly who you are and are able to celebrate your life.
The funeral is for the celebration of life, but it's also for the acknowledgement of the death, and however you choose to go about that in regards to services is up to the family.
When the family comes in, if they're coming in and pre-arranging for themselves, it's very easy to talk about the type of service that they want.
You can have something very traditional, as in a traditional burial service. You can have a cremation, a celebration of life, or even a graveside service. Whatever your choices might be, it's about being present, having a gathering, a come and go. Whether it's religious, non-religious, it's a spot for the community to gather and show their support and be there for the family and just making sure that the family's getting what they need with having the support behind them.
Not too fond of the whole cremation concept, but yeah, and I definitely want a visitation.
Memorialization is a huge part of what we will help families with when they come in to make arrangements to celebrate a loved one's life.
We talk about whether they want to have their body present for the service. So generally, if there is going to be the body present, a casket would be there. Then we ask if you would like to have the casket open or closed for the service. Much easier to talk about that when the person is in the room. So on the pre-arrangement side, those questions are discussed openly. But once the death has occurred and the family come in, if those wishes have not been shared with the family, we just come out and ask, what type of service do you see having for your loved one?
Regardless of the final disposition that one may choose in regards to burial or cremation, does not determine on what kind of services that you may have beforehand. If you would like a visitation, open casket, with the casket at the funeral as well, you can have cremation after. You may also choose to have the cremation beforehand and have an urn present for the service. That does not determine on how elaborate you'd like to go with the services.
It is a difficult conversation because we're talking about people's parents, their brothers and sisters, oftentimes their children. So we want to know and let them know that there is not just one type of service. There are many different types of services which may or may not include having the casket present.
The one that we have set up here was for somebody who loved fishing in the outdoors. So it really shows their character and allows you to know who they are when you're coming in.
We have online websites to help with photographs and archiving a lot of that person's life. The website that we offer can keep that information, those pictures around for future generations. So that it's there and memorialized forever. It's a great tool that we have, and it's online, so even though the family may not live here and they may live out of town, they're still able to access that information about their loved one forever.
Cemeteries offer a nice historical record of a life lived. For generations to come, they can always go back to the cemetery to see where their loved one was when they were born, when they died. That's crucial. We often don't think of those things today. We just want to get things done quickly. Sometimes people will take cremated remains home with them, and then they're stuck with what do we do next. We can discuss those options in advance if the family want to. But at the end of the day, the family have to know what their options are. But a lot of people will still end up placing those cremated remains maybe in a family plot or purchasing their own plot for their own grave.
There's a lot of misconceptions out there about what people can and can't do and how things need to be done. But to just, offer that opportunity for people to come in and you be the professional and let them have your ears listening to what their requests are and what they want. That's the most important part is we're there to listen to what they're telling us their needs are, and then we're there to support that, those tools to help them achieve what's going to be most important for them down the road.